Good evening. Good evening, everybody. If I knew where to even start, I would. And yeah, I guess thank you guys for all coming. Thank you for listening. I disabled the chat for a couple of reasons. The one is I have a little trouble sometimes staying on topic. I can get a little distracted. And I've tried something like this before where I had the chat running and I just didn't feel like I did a very good job into it, to be perfectly honest. And the other reason is because I feel like what I'm going to discuss tonight was all created in the beginning to start a forum, to take it to a higher level. And for me or for anybody else, I don't want to do that. So that's why I disabled the chat. It's not that you guys' comments don't matter. I implore you when this is done to please leave your comments. If you don't feel like leaving them there, you don't want them public, you're more than welcome to send them to us via Twitter or Facebook. We have links in the description. And I want to thank you guys for coming. I'm so, like I say, this is not kind of the way I wanted to do things, but you know, we don't always get what we want, I guess, and I don't know if something's wrong here. Just pardon me for a second, guys. I feel kind of lost without Xenia here tonight, to be perfectly honest. Okay, it is working. All right, I just had the wrong window open. So, sorry about that. So, yeah. This is the video that I didn't want to make. I've been down this road before, as I'm sure some of you guys have as well. And nobody wants to be in this situation, and it's got nothing to do with right or wrong. It's got to do with a mess. And I don't think anybody wants to be part of a mess. And anytime, any shape or form, no matter how righteous, no matter how much virtue into it, I think that my belief and a lot of people's belief is YouTube is the place where we go to get away from messes, because life is messy. And especially with my audience, I don't have a lot of young people in there. So it tends to be people who have either children, busy careers, health complications, all of the above. So it's not something that people just like to come in and have a... it shouldn't be difficult, is the thing I'm trying to get at. I'm sorry, I just want to look at you guys a little bit more. I'm very weird in this way because, you know, I could make a video because I'm not having the but I feel a little bit of security talking to you guys. I've tried vlogs before and I don't think I'll ever be a vlogger because I look at this camera and I just see a camera. But when you guys are there, I know you guys are there, and I can feel you guys there, and I hope you guys always feel me there, and that you guys got me over something I never thought I'd ever be able to do, which I'm doing right now, is live streaming. I mean, some of you just met me recently, some of you met me months ago when I first started this with my wife, and you know, I do celebrate those things, and I try to bring them up time to time. I want you guys to know how much of a difference you guys have made for me, and her. You've become part of our lives, I mean, and it means a lot. And that's why this all hurts me a lot. And I usually, you guys have known, this is 2 or 3 times, these kind of things come up and I've kind of just stayed away from them. I've let people go on their own. I don't like to engage in this stuff. And for the record, what I'm saying right now, I'm not getting into anymore. I'm not going on panels. I'm not doing any of that stuff because then it just fuels the fire of what this was all intended to do. And I won't do it. I'm a 44-year-old father of 3 kids. I have to look myself in the mirror at the end of the day. I have to consider myself, I have to consider how to grow on this channel. The way I need to be able to be good with myself. And as much as I love you guys and I gauge myself by what you guys do, I have to be able to live with myself, and I'm sorry, that's not righteous, that's not nothing, that's just my life, because one day everything on the internet pretty much finds a place to rest somewhere, and I want my kids to be able to look 20 years down the road and not do this every time they see my face on here. And unfortunately, this is one of these nights tonight that I feel that they're going to do it. And if you're listening to me in the future, kids, I'm sorry. So I let you down, but I tried my best. With that said, I'm going to turn this guys a bit. I'm looking at you guys, the camera. I don't know. I just feel a little closer to you guys. I'm looking this way. This is usually the way I talk to you guys. I'm going to start off by apologizing. And I want to apologize to every one of you guys who've had to go through this. There was no need for it. No reason for it. It was awful in every sense and direction it was. And don't worry about me. And I'm not saying to be on the I'm not a martyr, and I'm not on a soapbox. I got to do well in here, just like you guys too. We're all in this together, as I say. But with that said, I really apologize, because nobody should have to go through this. I got in YouTube at a time a lot of you did. I like to think. I think our base, our core, has pretty much been built on that whole thing. And I've seen it so many times that ugly situations just keep popping their head up, and I've watched people trying to get out of them and trying to avoid it at all cost, you know, and it's good, and some get sucked into it because of the run of the moment, and some just become innocent bystanders, and some of them dip their foots in the water and got caught into it, and some went into it full up to their throat. And we're all human, and we're all normal to get into these things. That's a normal part of us, and that shows we're human. The same as we act in day-to-day life, we do that within relationships, within work, within your school. I heard a comment recently that it's nothing big, it's just we're all avatars. There's nothing avatar about anything we do. And I consider my channel, my brand, as much a part of me as anything else. Yes, my kids, my wife, my career all go above it. But with that said, that doesn't mean that it's right at the bottom of the list. It's becoming more and more every day as I learn to accept and grow with this. It's becoming more and more a part of me. And that's a good thing and a bad thing, because something can grow with you and be a good thing, and it can also devour you as well. And it's very important to find that spot where it doesn't do that to you. It's so crucial. And I find that happens sometimes on YouTube. I find it can happen with me. I'm no better than anybody else. We all want to grow. If you're in a business, a lot of people end up working out 80-hour work weeks because they want to get promoted. They want to get noticed. They want to get recognized. That's normal. It's not right. It's normal. It's human nature to do that. But it's also human nature for sometimes to step back when things have gone too far and see, you know, get some perspective back onto it. Because in the end, we want to be able to do it like we would do in our career or our school doing that. On YouTube, we want to be able to do our best as well. And I did that this summer, and it gave me a lot of clarity. I actually came back and things started to really grow. It was amazing. I was worried when I left. I thought, oh God, this is going to be suicide. This is going to be suicide, because it's no secret. We've had that before. People gunning for a spot, wanting to get into it. And I won't do it. You want our spot? Go on our spot. And if you do better than us, that's my problem. I have to deal with it. I have to accept the defeat or make my channel better. There's only two options into it in my book. But there can be other options. And I'm not going to go down that road. I haven't in the past. And I don't plan to in the future. And anybody who's been with me since the beginning has seen the way we are. We're not perfect by any means. And I'm not too shy to say I'm sorry about it. But with that said, I also know where I have to stand up for myself. And that I also have no apologies for, because I got into YouTube at a time where it just felt like from one week to the next, you're being pulled from one side to the other. This group wanted you, that one group wanted you. Don't talk to this clique. This one's cutting your throat. No, this one's cutting your throat. Be best friends with this one. It's the whole reason why it started. If anybody's been on our channel any length of time, the message is blatantly clear. Blue wrench group. Everybody getting wrenches. If you're gone for 2 weeks, we don't ask where you were. We're just happy to have you back. It's said almost 10 times every episode. Whether you spend 2 minutes or 2 hours with us, your time is valuable and we appreciate it. I don't know how much more clear our message can be. And I know a lot of you guys get it. The outpouring of messages in Twitter and stuff like that and in chat rooms has been nothing short of miraculous. I'm not worried about losing my channel, guy. I'm not freaking out here and, oh my God, this is going to be the end of it. You've heard my views before. If I ever go down for standing up for myself or standing up for somebody else, so be it. We'll be okay. It's not that I don't want to spend time with you guys. It's not that I don't care about this channel. But I got to look myself in the mirror when this is all said and done. And I do take it very seriously. That I cannot change. And I'm not on a soapbox, and I'm not some great guy trying to make us. If I was so worried about it, I'd have the chat going, let everybody fight it out. I'd be like banging and then trying to hit everything up for making us the worst. I don't want to do that because I don't believe in giving people a place to make a platform onto when they were trying to do it to us all the time for this whole time. I didn't let it happen then, and I'm not going to let it happen now. I'm not getting into that. We're not that type of channel. If anybody's seen our channel, our demographics pretty easy to figure out. We're probably, not probably, I know our demographics. We're working about 25 to 50 years old. Not people that care for a whole pile of drama. And also, on top of that, we've been kind of this refuge for a lot of people who came in to get away from the drama. Because we've had a policy from day one. I always said it's like a bar. You leave your gang colors at the door. I don't care what group you belong to or don't belong to. I don't want to, even if somebody did something bad to you, even a group did something bad to you or a clique did something bad to you, as much as my heart goes out to you, I don't want you discussing in the chat because then it just opens a whole door. Message me and I will give you every bit of drive left in my body to make sure that I can get anybody together that I can to help you out. Bullying is never an excuse under any circumstances. None. There's no excuse. And most of us, that is my group as adults, so mostly it's going to be adults listening tonight are going to be hearing that. We all have kids. We all have nephews. We all have friends' kids. We would never, ever allow it in school. And we're never allowed at our own work. And the same thing on YouTube. There's no excuse. I don't care what it is. You could slip and say something mean. Nobody's perfect. But I'm the first one to get that one. I've eaten a lot of these 2 feet that are down below me right now. But that's one thing. A slip of the tongue, you know, everybody's human. But when you start bullying, that's a whole different thing. I didn't want to do this lashing thing. This has been going on for what, about a week and a half, 2 weeks. We've had it come in our chats. We've been insulted. We've been told we've been buying views. There's no way you could ever make this work. You're boring. You're dull. You're this. You're that. People have seen it right in our live streams because it's been done right in our live streams. We never engaged it. We left it alone. It's the best way, honestly, in my opinion, always is to avoid a controversy, is let it fall flat on its feet. Then it escalates, and then it escalates, and then it escalates, and then it escalates, and look where it gets in the end. And that's the whole problem. It goes too far. You're going to feel for somebody. If you meet somebody new and you're talking at a business luncheon or you're at a restaurant with a new group of friends, one of your friends brought you to or something like that, you don't go sit down at the table and tell the best dirty joke you ever heard in your life. You feel people out. Okay, they seem comfortable with this, and they don't need to tell you, stop doing that. It's not right. Most people can just read something and say, yeah, this is not getting to them. They're not comfortable with this. You know, to me, that's just decent. That's just common respect. I don't like making an ass of myself on YouTube. I'm here for a reason, to try and entertain people the best I can. And if I'm not doing it, they're not going to come. And there's not much I can do about it except try to make it better. And hopefully they will. But it escalates and escalates and escalates. And this is the issue, is ribbing. Even if people aren't getting it, you might push a little too far. But if you keep going and going, people really start to get bothered by it. And you should be reading them and seeing right. They shouldn't even have to tell you. You should see the frustrations in their face. You should see the non-reaction of the group, of the person you're speaking to. It's quite blatant. This is what we do. This is how adults communicate. I'm not giving away any great secrets here today. And it's awful. You know, it's really an awful thing like that. Because if you're not watching these signs, that means you're not listening to the person, which means you're not respecting that person. we had jokes done about us once again, that we use bots, that we dull, boring content, all those things, and that, you know, that doesn't, whatever. I find it's very rude to go and do it into somebody else's live stream when it's got an audience of people who actually came, because it's not just insulting me, it's insulting the people that came as well. But if you throw them out and make a big deal about it, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. But then I was starting to get more fed up about it. And then all of a sudden, it's more like, can we re-engineer to figure out how you're doing this and blah, blah. Go knock yourself out. It's no secret. Go look at our tags. You can see them with TubeBuddy. See what we write into it. Ask the Jesus people. Go and ask them personally. Find them on Twitter. Go ask them why they come. I don't know. It's your choice. And then it gets, I guess, returning even fall into like making like farce versions of our thumbnails. Whatever. We never said a boo about it. But then we start getting bombarded with more and more comments than we were already getting. We're getting hit on Twitter. It's because all of a sudden somebody's pretending to be on YouTube, and we find our thumbnail there, one for one. Here, let me show you. I don't understand how you can take this and say it's a farce. And for the record, we do not own live streams, and anybody you meet in this community never invented live stream shoutouts or anything like that. That was invented long before we all came along into here. So there's nobody owns any right to it. I don't. None of us do. It's not patented. It's what it is. But Puša Studios is our logo, and we do own that. And yes, this, as we were even told, we stole this image from the internet. It is domain-free image. We like it. It works. People get to know that it's us from this, but especially it has us on it. Puša Studios. And when you take somebody else's logo and put it on your own live stream, well, of course, people are going to go into it thinking that we're there because our logo is right under it. Forget what's on the thumbnail. Forget what it says or what it does. But that Puša Studios logo, it would be like, I don't know, and I'm not trying to make our channel sound big, but imagine if you went into a Wendy's and they went and put a McDonald's sign in front of it. You went in and asked for a Big Mac, and you find there's a Whopper sitting there, or whatever you call it. I mean, it was deceiving, and to go in, have a title that just puts us down low, and to go in and just like completely blatantly insulting us, and people are sending us video clips, and they're sending us screenshots, and like, why would you do that to it? Not just to us, but like, you did it to the people that come to see our streams. Yes, maybe they'll really love yours a lot better than ours. Fine. But you tricked me into going in, laughing at us. You even put it up on Twitter, using our hashtag into it. Like, did you not think this was... And I was watching one of the clips that somebody sent, and I even seen supporters in saying, like, don't do this. You're going to... chance to put your channel in jeopardy. They weren't saying because they don't like it. They're your supporters. But they were saying it because even they could see what was going on it was going to end up in trouble. And I mean, after 2 weeks of going through this, or a week and a half, whatever it was, I mean, like, it's just like, finally, enough is enough here. We put up with this for long enough. We understand there's got to be satire. We're fine with that. We're not all hung up ourselves. We weren't. But then it just crossed the line, and I mean not just insulting us, but I mean going on vile about us. I mean, I can't believe it. I never talked about you or anybody that way, and I'm not saying names tonight. I'm not getting the satisfaction even having any of it out. No way. Spam deceptive practices and scam policies. If you are uploading a parody, review, or vlog, please choose appropriately representative metadata that will not confuse users into believing that your video is something it is not. Harassment and cyberbullying policy. Making hurtful and negative comments, videos about another person, incident to harass others, users, or creators. Of course we felt betrayed. I mean, we have a business with this as well. And well, guess what happens now? Like, even if you go on Social Blade, you go on Social Blade and you type in Puša Studios, guess what comes up right underneath of it? Is another Puša Studios with a big turd onto it as well. And I mean, that channel in there with the same name as us and making fun of us and as us talking about ourselves, I mean, anybody who knows us a little bit knows it's not real. It's not the point. It's the point is we also have a business called Puša Studios. And guess what happens when some people go and search for us on the internet? What kind of stuff is going to come up? I mean, we've never done anything to you. We actually even had you on our channel when you guys were having our time. You asked to come on. When you barely ever spoke to us before, you would barely give us the time of day. And we put you on our channel. We were done for the season. You guys really wanted to be on to talk about your stuff and everything else. We ended up going on July 1st, which happens to be Canada Day and our anniversary. And we went on. And then 2 days later, I barely even knew her name again. That's fine. I don't care. You don't need to give me a wrench. We don't need to be best buds. But like, I mean, what have we done for you? It's crazy. I don't know how much else. I would dare anybody to find a bunch of negative comments or anything like that, because I'd be curious to find them. I don't do that. I do not, and I hate when people knock each other down on here to try and get ahead. And that's anywhere. Like I told the other night, there's a great example is when I went to buy a car and I go into one of the dealers and he starts insulting all the other brands. I don't go for that. I never did. If you got to knock somebody else down to bring yourself up, when are you going to do it to me next? It's not... I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, we never deserved any of it. We never fought with anybody over. If anybody's been into our live streams, you've seen the way we are. That's not what we do. We're the first ones to say go to other channels if you're not enjoying what we do. Or if there's other great channels on. You'll be back tomorrow night or the next night, hopefully. I don't own anybody for coming in. I'm the first one that says it because I've been down that road. I've had that trying to be done to me. I know what it's like. I've tried my best to stay, and this is where I'm going to apologize again to anybody who maybe came a bit later than the start. If I never projected that well enough, I'm going to tell you right now what my mission is with that channel from day one was no groups of any types, no pressure of any types. I want you to come in and enjoy yourself. Because that's the best advertisement I can get for my channel, is having that. Because there's lots of people being pressured out there. And guess what? They're getting tired of it. They're not a commodity. We don't own anybody in here. That's not what it's about. You can call it, you can try whatever you want, you can wish whatever hateful stuff you want on anybody, but in the end, we all have a free mind. And this is not avatars, this is human beings, and that's been my key. You want to all know my success into it, and success. I got 3,200 subscribers. I mean, come on. I don't live in a dream bubble here. But it keeps brought up to me that I'm doing this and that to get it. Well, here, then, if it's a success, I'll tell you what it is that 98% of the time, I know that it's a human being behind avatar. Because I'm not perfect. Nobody is. But I damn well make that one of my missions while I'm on here. As soon as I go on the screen, you are a human being. And that's why I'm not chatting and recording this and playing it after. Because it just wouldn't work. It'd be 25 retakes later and still look god awful. Not maybe this is humiliating to begin with, but anyways, it is what it is. Yeah, you're a human being. I know you're a human being. When I talk to you, any of you, I don't see your channel name as being your be all and end all. I know you're human, and I don't know all your story, and that even makes it harder because I don't know if you have cancer. I don't know if you're sad. I don't know if you're lonely. I don't know if you're having the greatest day of your life. So I will try to give you everything I can. So if you feel you need to tell me that, you can. Because you are not just blah, 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 whatever. You are somebody. Yes, your channel name most of the time is not your real name. That doesn't matter. You still haven't, in this realm of YouTube, that is your name. And we have to learn to respect everybody for having that. Because it's been lost so many times here. And for one simple reason, greed. Nothing else but greed. That has been the key since this has all started a long time ago. Not what's going on right now, way before, has been greed. And there's too many fighting over this pool, and I love this community with all my heart, but Xenia and I have hit the blogs. We've hit podcast. We've done everything we can to try and bring other people in from different areas, because you know what? The gene pool is starting to wear a little thin, and everybody's getting tired of feeling like they're pulled from one side to the other. But I can't do it alone. I'm doing my best. I wish I could get more in here. I'm trying my damnedest. That's what we're trying to do with Tube Life this year. We're trying to get more in that aren't directly involved in this community to try and add some peace to all this. But I hope when they come in that people aren't going to be gnawing at them like sharks every 2 minutes, and just give them a chance to meet everybody. Let them figure out for themselves what they want to do, where they want to go. It's as simple as that. Because if you don't, things like this always come up. And it's battle royale, and it's got nothing to do with what the point was. It was rooted in that exact reason, because somebody's on a time slot they don't like, because this guy goes over there and doesn't go to mine anymore. It always ends in that. I don't even need to hear it. I know it already. It's been like that. This is not my first rodeo on this stuff. And I got to stand my ground, because I got to look myself in the mirror. And also, there's lots of other channels who just right now feel they don't have a foot to stand on to. And if I don't practice what I preach, what am I? My word's worth nothing. And I'm sorry, I can't do that. We tried to let it go for a long time. We finally had enough of all this. I'm not going to give in to bullying, and I never will. I haven't before, and I'm not going to start now. So I'm not worried about it. And if somebody goes away because they don't like what we've done, what can I do about it? I've said my piece. You've seen our streams. If you don't get my message by now, it's either A, it's not for you, or B, you just don't want to hear it, and I'm sorry, but I can't do anything else for it. I will not bend on my cores for nobody. I always say the chat is 20%, the chat is 80%. But don't think that 20 doesn't count for something, and that's where my core values come into it. And it is part of my core values. I have no time for bullying. I never did, and I had to stand up to it. And no, it's not fun. And of course you feel like you're out on your own, and you wonder every time, well, is this the one that's going to end it all? I'm human like everybody else. Of course I wonder that. But what are you going to do? Not just sit back and let it all happen to you? You can't. What happened to us was a complete and utter disrespect for us as people, as creators, as a business. And the term was brought up about like it's just an avatar and it's just a title. First of all, it's not. It's a registered business. B, Puša Studios means the world to me. Puša Studios is where my mother-in-law grew up. She died of cancer at 55. It's a place that I probably feel the most happy outside of my own realm, where I love to go. It's a place that's very connected to my wife. And I don't expect her to get all sappy over that. It's just a name. It's a fun name to say. Everybody says it wrong. They have fun with it. I love that. I don't take it overly serious in that part. But I do as a brand. And if you're not taking your brand as seriously, you're really not understanding your channel and growing on YouTube. And that might be part of the problem there. Because it is everything. That's why I'm not engaging these things. That's why I don't have the live streams turned on. That's why I don't have anything. Because I'm trying to salvage that part out of it. Because I don't want that part drug into it. That's why my wife is not here. I got to make a fool out of myself being on here. Why the hell should I drag her into this mess? Maybe take some parts more seriously and some parts less. I love to have fun in here. That's not. I don't want it to be miserable. And oh, I hope that guy. He's such an asshole because he's on now. And oh, he's such a this and he's such a that. You know what? That I don't do. I take the fun. The fun part for me is hanging out with everybody. I'm learning something new about myself, and it's growing. And you know what? At least enough people seem to think I'm decent at it that they come back. Xenia and I together. On my own, take it or leave it. That's fine. But what I do take seriously is the way I represent this community. And I'm not an angel, I'm not a saint, and I'm not a martyr. And nobody owes me anything. I've said that from the get-go. You come in my live stream, you've already paid me 10 times over. I don't need anything ever from you. Even if you never come back, I'm honored that you came in to see me once. And always remember that. I've told that many times, and I've never wavered on that. And if you've enjoyed yourself, I've done my part. And with some, maybe I didn't do it quite enough to you, and I apologize. So I apologize, and I do give my sincerest apologies if I didn't explain the cores of how our channel was wanted to be shown to the world. Anybody who's been in a long time, I'd like you to be able to find proof, like show signs of bullying, intimidation, and degradation. If that ever happened, I didn't know about it. I am the sorriest person on this earth. Because I would have never wanted you to ever go through that. Ever. Because it's not a fun place to be. But gotta be strong about it. Some people have asked me, and I know I'm all over the place with this, and I apologize, guys. I apologize. Xenia made me a couple of notes. I'll run through them just to make sure I didn't miss anything. You guys can bear with me. He claims that we allowed him to use a thumbnail and then reported him. It's not true. We let him use edited version for comedy. Not that he asked first, but we didn't care. I mean, it was a parody. We don't take ourselves that seriously to lose it. Which he did on September 10th live stream. We never allowed him to replicate our thumbnail on one-to-one as he did on September 11th. 100%. Claims he was promoting us, bashing us and our community, and talking nasty stuff about us all throughout the live, plus pretending to be someone else and misleading viewers is against YouTube policy, has nothing to do with us, even if we liked it or not. He says that we buy live stream views while live. I think anyone in the chat will be able to see that it flies by because real people are chatting. Plus, we are so transparent about what we are doing with our videos, all we talk about during shoutouts, our tips, and what we do ourselves. How much, she's right, how much more transparent can we be? Oh, I can't believe we're doing this. This is unreal. What? All this time, he has continued bad-mouthing us in public, which means he hasn't realized the line between right and wrong. He has crossed. We don't want to be involved in drama, but neither will agree to someone tainting our name and community that supports us. Very much so. I like all of us here. We have family as well. We have 3 kids to take care of, and their passion or reputation affects our income as a company outside of YouTube as well. That's what I was saying a while ago when all these things are put up. You can unlist them. You can do all those things. The thumbnails are still locked in caches, which can end up on Google and such for a long time to come. Yes. You know? And then we get a letter, and it's basically like, we've done everything wrong, misunderstood humor, we're having a hard time, and we're giving you the chance to fix it, or, yeah, you're going to have a hard time. Well, I mean, honestly, a decent, sincere apology would have gone a long friggin' way. It's not hard to figure out. I will never, and if anybody ever tells you to do this, you can tell them straight, never. I don't want anybody, I don't want no beg, I don't want any degradation. None of it. And I don't even know what I need now, because this has gone sort of control, and the stuff that just keeps getting said, like the letter about that was sent like a couple hours later, was still the same thing. I'm sorry we made you mad and all this stuff. I mean, my God almighty, I'm not your keeper. You know, it kind of happened because you made us extremely mad over a while and then took it way too far. A simple apology can go a long, long way. Anybody seen our channel? I think I'm the first one I think they would say would kind of never say much more about it than that. You know, I'm not going away, because this has been tried with me a couple times, and I'm not going away. I'm sorry. As long as somebody wants to hear what I have to say, I'm there, and I'll listen to what you have to say. I will not do anything more to do with this. Now, I'm stating that. No interviews. I'm not going on anything about it. I don't want to be. I didn't even want to do it in the first place. Once again, when I disabled the chat, I'm not giving a forum. I'm not getting, because that's the whole point of this, was to get, the whole point has been, this has been done to us a couple times, has been trying to suck us into some kind of circus where we finally stand up for ourselves, and then they're like, oh, see, they're not saints. They're not this. We never said we were saints. Anything but. We just said we don't get involved in drama. We don't want it. And we did nothing to deserve what happened to us. And it wasn't fair, and it wasn't right. We have gone bent over backwards for this community, and I loved every moment of it, and it's even helped me get better known on here. It's helped me grow. So guess what? You can do nice things on here and grow. You see, last week, look at Cab 7 when he had the message. Look at him when he was going through this. What did I do? We had a live stream. Everybody says it's a prime time zone. We've been doing it since the spring. Nobody cared when we were smaller. There was our prime time one. What did we do? We shut the live stream down and sent everybody over there. We opened it up just enough to tell everybody to go there. Because it was more important that they hear what he was saying, not watching a video after. To sit there and watch a man's pain, and maybe the message might get across. Because that's exactly what he was talking about. I guess not everybody was listening. You know, there's stuff like that. We've put on hold and went over to Yankees to watch the sunset for 20 minutes. Okay, we lost 20 minutes, or there was some drag in our chat. Most went over there, watched both, whichever. Who cares? People were happy. They're happy. They're going to come back and they're going to feel better in mine. I won. Yankee won. So 20 minutes. Big deal. It's so, you're so worried and thinking we're buying bots and we're buying views instead of just looking at the bigger picture of it. Because they're not hounded. It's simple as that. They're not hounded. They can come and go as they please. You should see people when they first start getting used to our chats. God, they're gone for like a long week and they come back. I was like, oh, listen, I'm really, really sorry and I couldn't make it. You don't owe me any apologies. You don't owe me any explanation. If you want to say you had an amazing vacation, I'd love to hear it. I don't need to hear that. What the hell do you owe me? I'm a channel on here. You come when you can. What else could I ever want? I'm honored. There's something got really knocked off in here about this kind of like owing and currency and status and like policing YouTube and complaining about each other's content. As long as you're good with you and YouTube, you don't have to answer to anybody on here. And it doesn't matter if anybody likes what you do. Not a goddamn bit. Do what you want. They can't tell you where to go. They can't tell you who to talk to. They can't. You're going to grow. There's 1 billion people on here. If everybody started like keeping community, keep close, I mean, we're all together, but started reaching out more and more and more out of it, we would grow so much more, and everybody would grow, and it'd be less of this kind of gene pool mix. It's become like some sort of inbred mix disaster. I don't want to see this happen to here. I love this place. I really do. I care about it. It's not supposed to be this way. And the bullying, there's no way. Don't give me any goddamn reason why it ever works. And forget about me. Forget about me. Forget about Puša Studios. Forget about all of it. Just, what about a channel that's got 10 subscribers and they're getting it? Or what about 55? Or guess what? Some that even have 5,000 are getting it. We're all small channels. PewDiePie puts out a video, sometimes he gets 77,000 views in 10 minutes, for Christ's sakes. Like, and everybody mostly gets it. Like, I meet, you know, you think this place is such a nut house sometimes, but you actually meet a lot of people who are so grounded. And that's the thing I've been trying to do with my channel. You don't hear it in there. Nobody's going in there for drama. What kind of drama do you get out of our channel? It's you can call it boring. I don't care, but it's not boring. It's supposed to be just fun. It doesn't need to be all the time at 10. We all don't need to be on a crusade. If anybody's got family, sick people they got to take care of, all this stuff, you've already got your own crusades. If you got a job that takes you away 3 days a month, 3 days a week, you've already got a crusade. If you're a single mom, you got a crusade. Everybody's got one. Why should this be a labor? Work hard at your channel. Make sure you do it the best you can. Watch every YouTube video. Talk to every person you can. Learn about tags. Learn about marketing. Learn about strategies. Things change here all the time. But you don't have to be it with each other. You got to use each other to grow. It's as simple as that. It's such a simple message. Get over this gold rush fever because it doesn't exist. It's like I've always said, like bands in the 80s. It didn't mean because you went to LA that you were going to be a rock star. Most didn't. But you can do a decent sideline. And that's what another thing I'll bring to is like any kind of guilt about, oh, this is going on in our lives and that. Let me tell you, our youngest daughter, when she was about to be born in Saskatchewan, we were in the middle of getting Canadian permanent residency for Xenia. We didn't have any health coverage. And she spent 4 days in a hotel room in Estevan, Saskatchewan, in labor because the hospital was $2,300 a day. They thought they were going to have a C-section, which was going to cost $8,000 a day. $8,000 for the C-section, excuse me. You know, that didn't give us the right to be hateful to anybody. That's what I'm trying to get through, because I'm really pissed off about that part. And I'm sorry, because there's nobody cares more than me about that kind of stuff. And I even said it many times in our live streams. We're cheering on about getting a good job. You're doing on the right track. The hell with YouTube as a person to person. Worry about that, because that's what I'm worried about for you. Not this. I don't care about YouTube and that part. I love everything in here. But to me, real life comes first. And we've been through a lot of our own struggles. Let me tell you, we still are. I got a wife that has 2 chronic illnesses put together, basically creates the illusion of multiple sclerosis, which we thought for 6 months she had was one of the 6 months, the worst months of her life. Jesus Christ, she's 29 years old at the time. Just lost her mother the year before and her grandmother 3 weeks before. 7,000 kilometers away from home. Can't even go visit a gravestone. No parents, no grandparents, single mother. I had to, when we got together, I had to go to Saskatchewan, drive truck after 11 years. I hated it. I hated driving. Guess what? I did it because I had to for my family. We all have hard stories about this stuff. And we use this too to try and supplement our income, because God forbid her hands are getting worse and worse that she might not be able to hold a camera anymore. She already has trouble at doing weddings and stuff like that that are 8 hours long. We don't talk about it every day. I'm not throwing everybody's face. We all have problems here. It doesn't give us the right to treat anybody badly. It's not an excuse. My heart goes out to anybody who's in a hard time. I'll do anything I can. Be good to each other, and you'll get so much more out of it. You'll get so much compassion out of it. But it's not an excuse to treat anybody badly. You let something slip because you had a bad day and that's going on. I'll be the first to say, you know what? I get you. I get you. It happens. I've been down that road. But to be mean and hateful and wishing hateful stuff on stuff, never. Doesn't cover it. There's no excuse going down that road. So it's not that I don't care. And tomorrow, if you turn around and said, I got this and I had to do it, I'll be the first to care. I don't hold grudges when it comes to somebody's humanity. Never. I don't care how much I was angry at somebody. You'll always come first as a human being. That I will tell you. You got my sworn oath on that. We got to get out of this and start. I want everybody that's here right now to do me a favor and just start to look when you see an avatar. Just try for a week, if you haven't already, to see them, that there's a human being behind it. I implore you, if we all truly say as much as we want this community to get better, that will make 80% of the difference. Try it. It's going to say something ridiculous like Chicken 23, then remember Chicken 23 is a 33-year-old man, or it's a 42-year-old woman who has kids, who has all these things. We'll connect better to each other. We'll be better for each other, and things will get better. That's all I can tell. That's, if you want any wisdom from me, that's all I got. I wish I could give you more. I wish I had the Holy Grail for it. I don't. But I am trying to do that every time I'm on here. And I care about each and every one of you. Even the ones that make me so angry sometimes. And don't think it doesn't make me angry sometimes, because it does. I'm human. But I do still care. And I never wanted to go down any of these paths. But I'm not everybody's parent. I have 3 of my own. I can't sit there all the time and say, well, you keep screwing up, but I'm going to be there to make it better. No. What happened in this really crossed every line. It was a complete and utter just pissing on everything that we are, what we stand for, what we believe into, and especially forget us. If you don't care about us, that's fine. What the people that come to see us are. And that I just can't stand idly by and watch. A simple apology could go so long. I will never ask anybody to humiliate themselves. I don't need that in my life. I'm quite comfortable where I am in my life. I don't need it. And I would never ask you to do it. I will try my best with everybody, including anybody who has a problem with me, to always try to get you up some. And if I can't, I want you to just leave me alone and go find the person that can. And that's all I want, is to be left alone, to do my own thing with my wife, with what we've created. And if we're doing it bad, people aren't going to come, and we'll disappear, and somebody else will come up, and I got nobody to blame but myself. And I'm good with that. I'm really good with that. And I'm not trying to put on act here. I'm really good with that. As much as I love everything in here, I can only do my best. I don't know what else to say. And I wish I could say wave some magic wand and do all this. And I would like things to get better here. It's got to get better for everybody. But it's not for me to fit. I will be part of a solution gladly. But we didn't start this, and we were no part of it. And anybody knows this has been watching has been saying that. They've been saying it in their streams and stuff like that. And I don't want anybody to pick sides, by the way. I can't stress that enough. And if there's in comments, I don't want anybody saying anything hateful or hurtful to anybody else involved in this. I'm banging. It's not the way I want to go down this. It's not needed. I don't like it. I never did. And you can go through my stuff. I don't do that kind of stuff. Don't go down that path. Don't. And if you're doing it for me, please don't. You want to do something for me if you can, help make us better for more people. You know. Mudslinging has never gotten anywhere. I've never seen it go anywhere, and I'm not dragging this on anymore because, like, this is the end. So don't come in trying to start it with me again. Don't try and oh, you're chicken if you don't come on some panel or do something. Then I'm chicken. Done. Settled. Goodbye. Finished. There you go. So I'm answering all that right now. Not gonna do it. Some audiences enjoy that. I don't. Don't like my answers? Well, I'm sorry, but that's my answers. I've said them. They're here. We can refer to them anytime. If you're not sure what I thought about something, please replay this. If I didn't answer something more that you want to know, well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not dragging this on. This is not going to be a carnival over my dead body. Am I going to be a part of it? I can't stop everything that happens. I can't make everybody think the way they want to think, but I've given you my answer. What can I say? And there's 162 likes right now. I'm just looking up on the side. 163. There's somebody heard me. So I don't think I'm alone in what I said. I'm not God's gift to internet, YouTube, because it's 163. But I am very proud of what we have, and nobody's going to take it away from me. And as a side note, I don't want to get involved in this kind of stuff. But if you are anybody's bothering you, bullying you, harassing you, you can come to me, and I will definitely make sure I'll do everything I can to get that straightened out for you. I don't have all the answers, all the power, but I'll find everybody I can that can do something about it. You're not alone on here. Nobody is. So I don't know, guys. There's my thoughts onto it. I'm sorry you had to listen to this. I hate doing one of these things with all my heart. This is not what YouTube is supposed to be. This is a blemish on Puša Studios. Whether I feel that we had anything to do with it or not, and I know we didn't, for a fact, got nothing to do with it, it's still going to be a blemish here. And I hate that's going to be there. But I'm going to keep it there the same as I did the other two. So I can always refer somebody back to it. Because unfortunately, I can't change what I did either. And I may decide to make this video, it's got to stick. Don't look for a follow-up because it won't exist. There'll be no more of them. If you like what we do, I just want to keep doing it with you guys. Plain and simple. I don't take what you guys said about us to heart in the fact that it's going to kill my confidence in what we do. I get it from the people that come into our channel. That's where I get my confidence in that part. And before that, even I get it in me. But I do not or will not accept bullying in any shape, fashion, sort. And I haven't seen one thing, one iota that's been the tiniest bit sincere since this all started. Been a blame for everybody under the sun. But guess what? Like I tell my kids when they come home from a fight from school, an argument at school, and they're in trouble with the teacher, and it was the teacher's fault that did it because they were having a bad day and they weren't being nice to me, and it was this and that, and the principal, and the sky was a different color than I wanted. It was you, and it was me. Whatever I do, it's me. I choose to do something. As with you, we all make our decisions. We also make our decisions on how to fix it. And once again, see what can happen. A lot of things have happened. A lot of nasty, nasty, nasty things have been said about us. And that's about my goddamn wife as well. Don't forget it. So don't ever tell me to not take it personally. ever try that shit with me. It was personal. Very much so. And you didn't want much to do with us before, and I never pushed it too far, and I certainly don't want much to do in the future with you. But that doesn't mean I don't want peace either. But it's not my job to fix it. But it is my job to listen. And I don't want to humiliate anybody, but I damn well am not going to sit here and take all the blame, piece it all together because somebody feels all butthurt for what they did. We didn't do nothing with it, so. There you go. You wanted my answer, and that's it in a nutshell. Peace can come. We didn't do any of that stuff to you. And you called us some pretty nasty stuff. Time and time again. Came into our chats and insulted us. Time and time again. Why? Eh? Why? And like I said, I do take it personally because it was people that come to see us. I take it personally because my wife's involved. I take it personally because you took our logo and just stuck it on yours like it was nothing. I don't know emotionally, but you used ours the day before and played all around it. I never said boo. You know what you did was wrong. And everybody, even when your own chat was telling you it was wrong, and the people that went in told you it was wrong, and you didn't care. So don't put it all on us. Plain and simple. I'm done with this. I've said my piece and I'm fed up, and this is it. So you've heard what I had to say about it. I'd love peace to get in here. Let me know. And I don't know, figure something out. I don't know what else to say about it. Guys, my deepest apologies for tonight. Like I said, but you will not hear about this from me anytime again. It's done. And I don't want to hear about it anymore. So if there's live streams, some people have been milking it for their own use to make also on top of it, do whatever you want to do. I'm not being part of it, and that's it. So consider me the chicken, the cow, or whatever you want to call it. I'm good. I'm good. This is ridiculous. You know, we could have been on tonight doing something, playing a game. Even the shoutouts that you say is so awful. Well, why do people come? You know why? Because we do our damnedest to make it fun for them. I have no apologies for that. Creative? I dare you to put one of your videos up against mine as far as creativeness. My wife. Take her photography. We're not pushovers, and we can do whatever we want. If I put up a purple screen here for 7 hours with nothing else, guess what? I don't have to ask anybody, and I don't care what anybody thinks as long as people like what I'm doing. There you go. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. I love you with all my hearts. I'm so sorry you guys had to go through this stuff. The last couple of days have been absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry I didn't say maybe something in the chats more when we had it going on. I don't want to be drawn into drama, and I'm just used to the old seeing the bait and hook, and I don't fall for it. So, not that I don't care about you guys. I just trying to find a balance, and I try to practice what I preach the best I can. And if you don't get our message, come and really join a live stream and see how it goes and see how what it's like. Maybe you'll get it. And if you don't, I'm not hurt if you want to go somewhere else. And I'm not hurt if you like both. And I'm not hurt if you like this. I just want you to be happy. Where you are and you're happy, you got my blessing. It's all I want for all of us. But I deserve to be happy too. And I deserve to be on here and do my thing without ridicule, without harassment, without threats, any of it. So, we all deserve that. Guys, don't grow by using other people. What else can I say? I love yous very much. That's my thoughts onto it. I wish I could tell you more. Sorry we couldn't have a funner night tonight. Sorry you guys had to listen to all this. I don't know what else to say. Please feel free to leave a comment. Please feel free to leave a comment if you want, and if it's something you want to say to us and you don't want to say it in the comment section for whatever reason, you're more than welcome to leave it in our on our Twitter page, like DM us or whatever, And guys, please, no hateful stuff. And it's not just for me, to any other party involved. Just keep it clean. It's not worth it, okay? Love yous very much. Cheers and keep creating, guys. Have a good night.